What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. With this video, we are jumping into the ending of Reckoning War with the Fantastic Four issue number 45. This will be bringing Dan Slott's Fantastic Four run to an end. I know many people are going to be happy to hear that, but I will say that his Reckoning War, it has been a lot of fun. As we close out this entire event, this issue, it truly is going to change Marvel Comics, but at the same time, it is going to change absolutely nothing. And if that sounds a little bit confusing, don't worry, we're going to get deep into this comic once we get all the way through it. But over the last couple of issues, what we have really seen is all of this come to fruition. The moon blows up. There is all-out war throughout the entirety of the universe. Galactus combining with the Destroyer. And then the secret that all of the Watchers have been hiding from the universe. And of course, Mr. Fantastic is on his deathbed. Now, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 45, we are picking up at the Baxter building. And we have Ben, who arrives on the rooftop, greeted by his wife and adopted children. He is finally back home after the Reckoning War, after everything that has happened. He is back with those he loves. To find out how he got here, we are thrown 1 hour into the past. That is what takes us to planet T37X, home world of the Watchers. And with everything going sideways, our Legion of Heroes doing everything they can to rescue every single Watcher off of this planet before it is destroyed. But there is one Watcher who cannot be evacuated. With Nick Fury by his side, we pick up with Owatu. And right now, something is happening to him. He is gathering every single thought that every single Watcher has ever had. Everything that they have ever seen. Every secret that is kept out of the encyclopedia. He is seeing everything all at once. But right now, the Apex is about to explode. Nick Fury letting him know that they have to get out of here. That's what takes us inside the Apex of all reality. We have the Fantastic Four, She-Hulk, Doctor Doom, and the Silver Surfer. Using the Ultimate Nullifier, they were able to take down Wrath of the Reckoning. With him being nullified, this battle has already been won. With Reed Richards using the Ultimate Nullifier, it took away all of his Watcher ability, shrinking his head back down to size. Believing that he only had a matter of moments to live, the Nullifier took away all of that power and made him normal yet again. Of course, Doctor Doom going on about how he already knew that was going to happen. That was the most logical way for things to play out. Johnny Storm being done hearing him talk at all. Johnny goes in to take him down, only for the Cormorant to grab hold of him. Because Cormorant, he is now more or less friends with Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom granting him his freedom in the last issue. But right now, they don't have the time for bickering. They are still inside the apex of all reality. And Wrath's armor, it is on the verge of self-destruction. If it self-destructs, this is going to be felt throughout every single universe inside the apex of all reality. Believing that their only option is to take it back to their universe, because at least their universe will be damaged while all of the others, they will remain intact. This gives Silver Surfer a great idea. Him and Johnny Storm together, they take Wrath's armor and they head back to 616. Because back on 616, we have Galactus, the Destroyer Galactus, giving a gift to his former master. We see Silver Surfer and Johnny, they throw this into Galactus. As Galactus begins to eat this thing up from the inside, Galactus begins to self-destruct, being able to contain the blast. Every single possibility has been saved. and the First War. It has finally reached its conclusion. One of the downsides, the Watcher's home planet, also on the brink of destruction. There is no saving it. With its detonation, we see Owatu being able to see everything. He is now the one and only Watcher. His former race, all of them being saved, they no longer have the ability to see anything. Owatu, he absorbed all of the knowledge from the Apex. He sees every what if, every what could be, and every what should be, recognizing now how they are responsible for so much death and destruction. What he is about to do, it has nothing to do with interfering. It has everything to do with rectifying, bringing everybody to the barrier. This is the very edge of existence. The Great Barrier erected by his people to hold the fallout of the First War. This is what's known as the Barons. Believing that this barrier has stood for long enough, the Watcher takes down the barrier. In an instant, he restores 9/10 of the universe. Because remember, the Reckoning War, it caused 9/10 of the universe to be destroyed. After the First War, it was referred to as the Barons. Now that has been restored. Marvel Universe has been working with 1/10 of the entire universe for all of this time. Now we are learning that it has opened up. The entire universe is back. All of the damage that his kind has inflicted upon time and space, it has finally been undone. What was once known as the Barons is now known as the Borderlands. New worlds, new magic, new science, and new gods. A canvas of infinite possibilities. Not only that, we have the Jack of Hearts who is brought back to She-Hulk. The TVA showing up on site, recognizing that the Great Barrier is down, the Reckoning War is over. Their records will now show that this is the best possible timeline. Not only that, we see the birth of 8 quadrillion worlds. But there is still one last thing that must be done. The resurrection of Galactus. Emerging from this destruction, Galactus is reborn. And there is one question on everybody's mind. Does he hunger? And Galactus does hunger, but he hungers for knowledge of these new borderlands. Talking to the Silver Surfer, he says that he requires a herald, some kind of guide to take him through these new worlds. And the Silver Surfer lets him know that he will be no herald, he will be no guide. What he will be is a traveling companion for Galactus. And so the two of them, they take off into the unknown, having 9/10 of the universe to now explore. Their journey is just beginning. The Destroyer now being restored, Thor would like to take it back to the vaults of Asgard. Being all the way out here in the middle of nowhere, the Watcher makes quick work and teleports almost everybody back to where they belong. Once he has righted all of these wrongs, he vows that he will watch and interfere no more. And many people, they don't believe him. The truth of the matter, the Watchers say they don't interfere, but they have interfered so many times. One of the downsides, Johnny Storm, hoping that after Reed Richards had all that knowledge of the Watchers, he would be able to fix Johnny. The problem is, Reed Richards doesn't have that knowledge any longer, and it appears that the Watcher has no intention of fixing Johnny Storm. In a fit of rage, taking off with his ex, aka Sky. They take off into the unknown, Ben being teleported back to the Baxter building, the Cormorant being teleported to Shi'ar space. And what he asks Gladiator and all of the others is if he can stand watch over the three, Ruin, Wrath, and Imnu, the three individuals that were responsible for this war from the very beginning. Trapped inside the crystal, these heroes will stand watch over this, ensuring that nobody ever tries to take it again. Sue Storm and Mr. Fantastic, they come walking through the Forever Gate, making their way back to the basement of the Baxter building. They are looking for their children. What they do not know is that they are currently in thought space. Once they are able to actually get in communication with them, they let the kids know that they can return, that they can come back home. It is completely safe. The only problem, Franklin does not want to go. Inside of thought space, his every thought becomes reality. In this place, he is a god. And as his parents try to coerce him into coming back, he says the only way that he will come back is if he can keep his powers. To use his power on himself and make him back how he used to be. With no argument from his parents, we have Franklin who is returning from the thought space, and he is returning as Powerhouse. With everything back where it belongs, there is one last thing, and we see the Watcher. He takes the moon and he puts it back together. The Watcher's moon base is still there, and this is where we have Nick Fury holding on to the ultimate nullifier. The Watcher lets him know that he can think of nobody better but Nick Fury to keep eyes on it. This now is his watchtower. Henceforth, he is once more the man on the wall, the unseen, and humanity's shield. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, like I said, everything has changed, but nothing has changed. We have 9/10 of the freaking universe. Universe that has not been explored, that nobody has been to, which means this opens up the door for so many possibilities. So many new gods, new races, new magic. The possibilities are limitless. But I think the most important thing of this entire comic, Franklin Richards, he now has his power back. He is now back to being the reality warper known as Powerhouse. And this is huge. This is Dan Slott saying, you know what? I am going to give this back to everybody. Because when he first got onto this, that was one of the first things that he took off the board, was Franklin's reality warping abilities. And now that his run has finally come to an end, he has righted that wrong. He has opened up the Marvel Universe, and he has given us so much more to explore. So you can say whatever you want about Dan Slott's run of the Fantastic Four. In my eyes, he has rectified every single mistake that he has done during this run. He has turned the clock back and fixed it all. If he hadn't given Franklin his powers back, I might have a whole different tune on this. But the fact that we have Powerhouse back into the mix, this is freaking huge. The only problem, he leaves the Fantastic Four on a very bumpy road. All of the members, they are currently going in their opposite directions. Johnny Storm has already left. Ben is definitely on the outs with Mr. Fantastic. So what the Fantastic Four will look like moving forward, that is going to be very interesting. How will Mr. Fantastic bring this group back together again? But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you are trying to get completely caught up on everything that happened with the Reckoning War, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the super thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, make sure you like this video, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.